Okay, Bill, we'll see you later. Imagine this, that grumpy old guy that has a whole lot to say comes up yelling at you and he's doing his thing and he is trying to make a scene, but so you kind of pat on Bill's shoulder and you walk on by. What the hell does that have to do with healthcare? All right, my brilliant providers in this central rural US. Well, this last weekend, I was volunteering at an event in Albuquerque. It was a community care clinic. I sometimes miss interacting directly with the patients and I had gone up to volunteer with an organization called Love in Action and Better Vision, Better Hope. I had a wonderful time. I loved interfacing and working directly with patients. I loved them. However, towards the end of the day, I got really emotional. All of these conflicting emotions. I was working with these beautiful humans, and my first reaction was pissed off at how this system pushed someone like me away from patients when that type of care is exactly what they're looking for. They loved the way that it seemed like I took extra time with them, even though I was quicker than a lot of my colleagues. But the patients felt heard and they felt cared for and they felt taken care of and referred all their friends. And I listened to them. And so the treatments that we decided on, they had chosen. And so they were bought in. So conversion rates were always really high. So we didn't have a lot of discussion about medications that then they didn't take or didn't do. So follow ups were purposeful, treatments worked, buy in happened, right? And so a lot of the calls on the back end and the frustration on the back end didn't have to happen. So it freed me up to do more of the complex, involved patients. And my numbers were always very high. We always exceeded metrics. We doubled department revenue. We did all of these incredible things, right? Both from a patient perspective, a staff perspective, as well as a numbers perspective. The bureaucracy and the bullshit and the burnout is what had me leave. So I was sad that I left and I was mad at them. And there was a how dare they push a caring patient care person like me out of healthcare. And it's stubborn and tenacious and resilient as those of us that care so much are. If they were able to push me away, imagine how many other incredible providers, physicians, staff members this bullshit is pushing away. And I don't blame, right? I allow myself to pissed off. I allow myself to notice blame and acknowledge that it's there. I allow the emotions and the frustration and I allow all of that. I have awareness for it. I acknowledge it. And then I get curious about it. Okay. This framework that I'm giving you is on my website on the educational page. So it's leadersin.healthcare/spiral. That's the page that has this framework on it. It's actually a document that you can download if you want, like post it somewhere. So the first is awareness. The next is, oh yeah, I am doing that, acknowledging it. The next is curiosity. Where is this coming from? What do I want to do instead? What are the beliefs behind this? Right. And the beliefs behind it are that these people, that the bureaucracy, that the bullshit in healthcare is out of our reach, that we can't do anything about it, that we are suppressed by it. Right. That's the belief. It's not true. It's not true. There are these insecure, holding on for dear life because they know they have become obsolete people that were able to manipulate a system that we don't need anymore. And they've kind of become like Bill. So this is where this comes full circle. You know that guy, he's got the overalls and the shirt and you can picture him, right? He's that one in your town that rah, 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 rah. He's that cranky old uncle or that town member that you just know when you see him coming, he's gonna have something to bitch about, but you kind of just pat him on the shoulder and okay, Bill, and you go do your own thing, right? In the rural US, those of us, we didn't allow somebody saying no to stop us, did we? Somebody said, don't go through that fence. Okay. Somebody would say not to unlock that fence. Okay. So we'd take it off the hinges. Or somebody would know how to repair the barbed wire next to it. So we would just go through that. Or don't go over this, don't climb over this fence. Okay. So we'd go under it. Like we figured it out. Right. And then we get into healthcare, and somehow these people in their towers, in their built, created fake castle, have us convinced that we have to do it their way. But that's not how we roll. That's not how we work. Now, there are rules that we need to follow. Absolutely. And the better you get to know the rules, the more you can find this space in between them. And the more that you can utilize those to support you. So I always say everything that we do starts with how you want it to feel, right? So in the framework, that's the next thing. So it's awareness, acknowledge, curiosity, desire. How do you want it to feel, right? And then we're going to get clear. Okay. So what are the rules around that? We're going to know them inside and out. So we know where we want to go outside of the rules, where we want to work in the gray of the rules, where we want the rules to support us, where we want to utilize those systems and structures, where we're just going to get really creative and come completely outside of that system and build our own. Yeah. So then the next thing is choice. And this is a choosing. This isn't, okay, yeah, I'll give that a try. This is, yes, this is how I want it to feel. Yes, this is the system and structure that's going to support us. Yes, this is what we're going to do. This is a commitment choice. This is a no matter what kind of a choice. Yes. And then it's action. So then you're going to start setting up those systems and structures. Then you're going to start developing that vision, and you're going to bring clarity to bringing that into being and then starting to take those actions. Yes. So once you have the commitment and once you have the how you want it to feel and you've chosen that, then you're going to start curating everything for that. So I want you to keep that in your mind. Hey, Bill. All right. We'll talk to you later, Bill. Mm-hmm. And seeing those people in their glass offices as these insecure old men holding on for dear life that they really are. You've got this. You know how to work around this. This is what I help you do, and you don't need me. Yes, I've done it. Yes, I left healthcare. I stepped away for many years. Yes, they want us to think that burnout is something that they actually care about. But really, if you look at the numbers, healthcare is a $12.4 trillion industry, was a number that I found. And burnout is estimated to cost 4.6 billion. So that sounds like a big number until you realize that it is like 0.037% of the healthcare industry. Yes, they want you to think that they care about that, but they don't. So it is for you to figure out for you, what is it that you deeply care about that you feel like you're having to not care about? And what is it that you're going to commit to caring about? Yes, I did it. I left healthcare. I stepped away from those patients that I loved working with, and I missed them deeply. And I know that the best way that I can help them is by helping you as the providers and physicians that want to be here, that don't want to step away, that want to do it your way, that get caught up in the you can't do that when absolutely you can. Yes? Say, okay, Bo, and go on your way. We got work to do. I'll see you soon.